Hey guys, this is Donnie B, and you're listening to episode 7 of Eat It Up, Buffalo Eats podcast, and a proud member of Audio Buffalo, which you can find on buffalo.com/audio. You can listen to great programs from Nick Mandola, our friends at Buffalo Blog, the In Pod Forum, the Hip Hop Talk Show, a bunch of really cool shows. So if you haven't already, go to buffalo.com/audio to find all these great shows. Today on the podcast, we have the husband and wife duo of Roaming Buffalo, Chris and Valerie Taylor. We kind of talked about pretty much everything. We talked about how they got started, the trials and tribulations of figuring out where is the right place to serve to get a good crowd. We talked about their plans for the future. They have some pretty lofty plans, to be honest, in the next couple of years, and I hope it works out because it's a really cool idea. But I don't know. We kind of had a really good conversation, and I think you guys are going to enjoy it. I will remind you that next week Chris is going to start his chef guest spots on his truck, where different chefs from all over the city are going to come on and serve some different offerings than what you normally find on his truck. The proceeds going to charity, and then. And it's just going to be a cool little place to find something different being served out of a truck that's not in the area. So he's going to talk about those details later on, and we'll give you the link to where you can find out more. The arena today, right? Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't been there in like a month because of the baby and everything. And,
yeah. Is it just hit or miss sometimes with that?
Not really. Usually it's pretty good over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, even in the pouring rain, like people.
Yeah, because you got the Buffalo News, you got First Niagara there,
Yeah.
They love everybody seems to love the food. It's just, I don't know.
Have you guys noticed that as the weather's gotten worse, that some locations aren't as easy?
Weather doesn't really seem to have any factor on our business at all. Really, like it could be pouring outside, and people we'd have a line. Or it could be like today was 41 degrees outside. It was really nice, and we were dead all day. I don't understand. I really don't understand it. I don't know its location or...
Yeah.
And I'm really interested to see where those Lloyd guys are going to park this weekend with their new permit.
Yeah. Really they're the only ones right now that have it.
I can't afford it. I can't do it. I can't... With the new baby, with the insurance on the truck, and it's tax time and stuff, so I'm hoping my tax return is going to be back by... the end of the month, hopefully, and then I'll go out and buy but I can't afford it.
When you guys started though, because Lloyd was pretty much only in one place at a time. They were known for that Maine and Mohawk, but when you guys started, you were really aggressive about being as many places as possible. It seemed like you guys were doing alternative brews. And then you started doing the Sabres games underneath the bridge there. Was that a plan where you... The
whole plan actually was to start off at Riverfest Park. And I wanted to start at Riverfest Park because I knew it wasn't going to be slamming.
Yeah.
I knew on our first 2-3 days we weren't going to get slammed crazy like Lloyd got slammed. Because I didn't want to, have my food come out being subpar for,
Yeah.
Because I'm getting an extra 80 customers or something. So I wanted to start slow. So we started at Riverfest Park. And then we just had basically all the places that asked Lloyd, hey, you want to come here. They were getting so big and they were doing so much business. They were passing the smaller places up. So I'm all right, I'll take it. With Alternative Brew, we haven't been there in a while either.
Yeah.
Since the baby and stuff. But that was a perfect fit because you got beer. They, had a cigar license.
Yeah.
So they couldn't serve food. They couldn't prep food.
Oh, it's one of those weird things where there's all these little rules.
Yeah, there are only 2 cigar bars in New York or in Buffalo, and that's one of them. He could have food inside, but he couldn't serve it. Oh. So the truck was perfect to have there.
Yeah.
We parked the truck there and send people inside to take orders and make their food and bring it into them and stuff.
Yeah.
We did a couple catering things and stuff with them, but there, and then underneath the 190 there, that's hit and miss too. Sabres games, you'd think it'd be super busy, but it's not. We just actually tried last Friday to serve before the game and after the game for the first time, and it was people are in a rush to go home or go to the bars and stuff. But the best time we had down there was Foo Fighters for the Foo Fighters concert.
Oh, really?
We went down there. We were there for 2 2 hours. I don't know if it was
Not
like a bunch
even.
like a bunch of Canadians or something. They love the truck. Like everybody was coming to the truck. But then we tried Further Festival.
Yeah.
And then we get no one. So I don't know. I don't
Foo
understand.
Fighters. Didn't someone come up to the truck and try to give me a doobie?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's like, no, thank you. I'm pregnant. But
That's very
I
funny.
don't understand. I don't really. I can't figure out the customers yet. I can't figure out like.
Has it been about how long has it been?
July 3rd is when I got the truck from Miami, Florida.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've been pretty... My whole idea was... My whole business plan was, okay, we're going to get our license, because they were supposed to get our license right at the end of June.
Yeah.
They were supposed to approve all that. So, I was planning on making all this money until December, and take a month or two off.
Yeah.
And then going back at it in the spring. But, it screwed up my whole game plan. It's like... Now we're selling trucks to make up for the money that I don't make up in sales and stuff. So we sold 2 trucks. We sold the grilled cheese truck, the Cheesy Chick.
Yeah,
to Alexis.
She just announced, I think, she's going to start next week, maybe, or the week after.
Yep. She should be here. She should be here the first week in March, I believe.
Nice. That'll be cool.
And then Kelly with her.
The Sweetheart.
Yeah, Sweetheart.
Oh, yeah, I just liked them on
truck.
Facebook because
Yep.
I think maybe you posted their
And
page.
Kelly actually said she went down to Miami Trailer to check it out, and it says amazing down there.
Nice.
My truck builders actually come up to Buffalo at the end of the month just to get more people to buy trucks from her. And I'm like, Susan, because the whole idea is if we get a bunch of Miami Trailer trucks, it's easier for maintenance on them. She can send some guy up here to maintain all of them. It's easier to warranty all the trucks. So I'm trying to get the Lloyd boys to buy a truck. There's a kid that wants to do a wood fire pizza truck.
Yeah, I saw that. That's good.
And they actually could do that. She said she can do it, and I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
But he said he's going to hold off until the end of fall for that. And then there's an Italian truck. A girl got a hold of me about an Italian truck. And there's a gentleman that just called me a couple weeks ago, and I didn't get it back to him that wants to start another truck. So,
you're like the go-to guy.
Yeah, I want to be, I want to be like, because these are solid trucks. They're well-maintained trucks, brand new kitchens in the back. She puts the best equipment in here.
Yeah.
There's a few problems we have to work out because they're coming from Miami, so these trucks are never seen the cold. They've never seen before below 40 degrees. So it's like we need better locks on them because the locks are kind of falling apart from the rust and just from the short winter we've had and stuff. So there's little problems with the heaters and stuff in them, but we're gonna work that out, and hopefully we can get some more Miami Trailer trucks in here. It's gonna be cool to have 3 at least.
Yeah,
and they're cool looking trucks, man. They have awesome vinyl people down there.
Yeah, your truck when it came out, it was probably the most decorated truck.
It was exactly like. She actually came up with the whole idea. My wife came up with the whole idea of like how to lay out the colors and stuff.
Yeah.
And then we wanted to take the face of the buffalo and put it on the side and the front of the truck. And I told it to the vinyl guy, and he did one stop. He did the whole side of it. And I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
really
it was. Because Lloyd's is pretty bare bones. Mm-hmm. It's just got the Lloyd on the side. But yours, like when it came out, is bright.
And that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to stick out and stuff. We got plans to. We're gonna put under lights underneath.
Oh, nice.
Like body kit,
Fast and Furious stuff.
Yes, we're gonna do that because underneath the 190 there, it's so dark you can't see anything.
Yeah, that would definitely.
So
help.
we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a PA system so we can play the hockey game during the when it's going on. We're gonna have an outside surround sound. We'll put some outside lights on it, and just stuff like that. 'Cause it's a good solid truck. I haven't had any problems with it, so. Hopefully,
nice. So when did you guys even first start thinking about opening a food truck? Like, how did that happen? Because your background isn't necessarily even in food, Chris.
Right?
Yeah, I think you worked in food, correct? Or
yeah.
Okay.
We actually met at Delta Sonic.
Okay.
And I worked at Delta Sonic as a detail manager for 5 years.
Okay.
And it got to a point where detailing cars and I love cars. I love working on cars and stuff. And it got to a point where Delta Sonic is crazy. It's just a crazy, crazy, crazy job, especially in the wintertime. It just beats on you and stuff. And, it was great money. It was, great people over there. It's just got to us. But my whole thing has been food. So I'm like, but I don't really want to work for somebody doing food. I
Yeah.
don't want to do the whole thing. So I was always a good cook, and I was always doing like barbecues and cooking for my family and cooking family gatherings, and we do like tailgating. Tailgating was that's where I tested my everything.
Oh, yeah.
All my recipes were my tailgate friends.
What so it's just from like a kid you were into
Yes,
cooking food?
my mother
okay.
I'm adopted, but my mother is straight up Polish, and everything that I learned was from my mother, and just like advancing her recipe. She was very hard. She cooked for my father, and my father likes everything plain, so she would never season anything.
Yeah.
So I would go back with her recipes and redo them all the right way, and she taught me a lot. My mother and my grandmother, and then but a lot of the Polish stuff, like we do pierogies, and then the buffalo balls is actually a Polish recipe. It's actually for Fat Tuesday. It's the donuts that they make for Fat Tuesday.
Right.
Is actually the buffalo balls. But when did we get started? I mean, I got out of Adult Sonic. I was like, enough of this.
I mean, like, did you see like how Lloyd was coming along, or did you even have the idea?
Way before. Yeah, this is way
okay.
before Lloyd. It was probably around the first season of Food Truck Race.
Oh, okay.
When we started, like, I was like, well, this is pretty cool. And like Grill Mall is like the number one truck, and like I don't care what anybody says, Grill Mall truck is the number one truck in the United States, and they're just awesome concept, awesome thing. You can take a burger and do anything with it.
Yeah,
it can make awesome food. But they're my idols, so they're the ones that I copy and want to aspire to be like. But that was my whole idea. And then I got out of Adult Sonic and got hired at a pizza place in Orchard Park. I won't name any names.
Okay. And
I'm very glad that I got fired from there. Because if I did not get fired from there, I would not be doing the truck I'm doing now. Just started... my uncle came up to me. He would come and visit me every summer, and he'd be like, hey, when are we going to start a restaurant? We're going to do a restaurant. He goes, my boys want to do a pizza shop. He goes, screw that, I'm not going to do any pizza shops. We're not doing any pizza shops. He goes, come with me an idea. So 2 weeks later, he came back, and I said, Uncle Steve, I got a great idea. We're going to do a mobile food truck. He had no idea what I was talking about. Yeah. Absolutely no idea.
I mean, literally, I think of all of Buffalo had no idea. Maybe 2 years ago that this even existed.
No, no one had any clue until it came onto the Food Network. So we got a solid business plan together. We showed it to him, and he talked to his money guys, and his money guys told him, he said, Steve, this is crazy, crazy idea, for this much money. And then we show him the business plan, and his money guys are like, do it, give him the money, this is an awesome idea. And we just came up with it. And when I was working at the pizza shop in Orchard Park, one of the I was always talking to this gentleman that worked there. He was a caterer, and he was one of the old Italian guys that did all the catering and stuff. And I was like, we got to come up with a name for my truck, because he didn't. We would talk back and forth about ideas about catering and different recipes and stuff. And he came up with some names, and the next day he comes up to me and he goes, how about Buffalo Roaming? And I'm like, how about Roaming Buffalo? He's like, well, I like Buffalo Roaming, but I told him, I said, if I ever get famous, I said, I'm not going to you're not going to pay me anything, right? I don't have to pay you anything. So,
nice.
That's how we come up with the idea with Roaming Buffalo. And
like from the start, did you know that you wanted to have like the cuisine that you're serving now?
Yes, because my whole idea is to, not so much with the burgers. We didn't want to do the burgers and stuff. I wanted to do buffalo food great. Yeah. And which is, I mean, honestly risky. Right. Especially in Buffalo, because how many places you can get beef on weck or fried bologna or chicken wings. It's crazy. So it's like I knew I had to do good Buffalo food, and then to keep people from Buffalo interested in the truck, we come up with other ideas like the bacon jam, the burgers, do the burger recipes,
because I think the burgers have been pretty successful, it seems like.
And she's telling me that, Val keeps telling me, we got, because, I came up with the what burger, and I'm coming up with more burgers. She goes, you gotta stop doing burgers, you're going to be known as the burger truck. I go, that's okay. In Buffalo, if we're known as the burger truck in Buffalo, that's okay. Yeah. We have to make everything else perfect, so when we go down south with 2 more trucks, all the Buffalo food is going to be good for down south, and we'll just concentrate on the Buffalo food down there and get away from the whole burger thing, so I think I haven't really heard too many complaints about the Buffalo food, so
Yeah, I mean, I've had both the beef on weck, which was really good,
Yeah,
and the burger last night that I had was delicious.
Dude, it's
bacon jam
every time I make this stuff, it's like I'm never gonna. We're trying to go on a diet and stuff. It's like it's never gonna happen because every time I make chicken wing soup, it's like I go to taste it and I'm like, I can have a bowl of this stuff. It's so good.
You haven't even hit that point where it's like you're just over it.
No.
You still.
No, I have burgers every day and the bacon jam and
wow.
I'm gonna die so young. I'm really gonna die.
Whatever.
So young.
There's gonna be plenty of medication to counteract.
But
all that.
when we're all serving together, R and R, and everybody's serving together, we'll go over and get some barbecue, we'll get some tacos and stuff. Like we had at Powder Keg, we had some of Lloyd's tacos with the mahi and
the grilled fish.
Yeah, and we had some of that and stuff. We always trade back and forth.
Oh yeah.
I gave them like a bunch of food and they gave me a bunch of tacos. So
nice.
It's
It seems like that the community is pretty all together as far as the food trucks that are currently operating. That there seems to be everyone's there isn't that competition where people are just hate each other or anything like that.
You can tell there's definitely like tension sometimes.
Well, I mean, because right now, before even the licenses, it was hard for places, for you guys to park. So you almost had like a select number of venues, I guess. Right.
So we kind of have to stick together. Like, I don't know. There's tension. I can definitely sense tension between all the trucks. Not so much like Rolling Joe. Rich is an awesome guy, and he's like our father. He's so smart with everything he comes up with, like all the ideas he comes up with. Especially with legislation and everything, he's just a smart, brilliant man. Me and Renee with R&R, we always have friendly competitions and stuff, and I love her food. I think she's got great food, and hers is a family-run thing too. Her and her mom do it, so it's like, but with Lloyd and stuff, there's a little tension between us. I think I love those guys to death, but when we won the Blue Cross, Blue Shield, healthy taste option. As soon as we won, Pete comes over and he orders a veggie bliss burger, and I knew he was going to take it back to the truck and be like, "All right, this has got to be way over on calories and this." But I assure you, I sent in the recipe of everything, and it fell way below that. But that really made me happy that we won that because that maybe
you guys are getting.
It's always all about Lloyd and stuff, and those guys are great with their food.
Yeah.
And they got some crazy food. I mean, they got some crazy good food. But like we're here too, and we're not doing like just like buffalo food. We're doing crazy bacon jam and burgers and chicken wing soup, and just like I got so many ideas in my head that we're gonna do, especially coming up with all the local chefs we're gonna have on the truck. I mean,
that's gonna be a cool thing.
I'm pretty excited about that. It's gonna be starting off on March 7th. Hopefully, if I have my license by March 7th, I can come up with $1,000 fee. And I think it actually might be a little bit more now because they're throwing in private. Any private property, we have to have another permit for $129.
Okay.
And then the fire marshal stopped down and he wants to charge us a permit for our propane.
Oh, jeez.
And I just told I said, you know what? No, I'm not paying. I'm not paying anymore. You guys are, if you want to charge me a propane permit, take it out $1,000.
Yeah.
If you want to charge me a private, what was it called? It was a stationary peddler's license on private property. If you want to charge me that, take it out $1,000.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it's like it's killing me. Even though it's like another $100, no big deal. But
yeah, it's annoying that everyone's doing the Me Too type
as
thing.
Soon as we have our license, we're gonna have Kevin O'Connell Jr. from O'Connell's American Bistro on board the truck. And it was actually his idea. I turned it into like more of a fundraising thing, but he's like, "Bro, why don't I just come on your truck?" He goes, "We'll empty everything you got out of there. We'll put all the ingredients that I'm going to put on my truck on the fork in the road.
Yeah.
And we'll just do like 3 or 4 simple things, and we'll just go crazy, and you just keep all the money." And I'm like, "Dude, that's awesome. Would you really do that?" And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Cost of food," and he goes, "You keep all the rest of the money." I'm like, "No, how about we do this? How about we have you come on, we'll donate 10% of our profits to West New York Food Bank, and then we'll split the rest." He's like, "All right." So we're going to do that. Because I know West New York Food Bank, the donations and everything starts slowing down after like the wintertime and stuff, or after holidays. So I talked to those guys, and I'm like, we're going to start donating 10% of what we do. And for every new like on our Facebook page, too, from now until March 7th, for every new like, we get donated $1. I think we're up to like $160 or something.
Nice,
so,
that's awesome.
I definitely want to help those guys out. It's like,
it's
if I can get back to the community and stuff, like doing that. But our lineup is going crazy with the chefs.
Who can you say...
I
don't want you to say anyone who's not officially confirmed and have it bite you.
I can say I'm very excited.
And by the way, Kevin O'Connell is going to be doing a similar menu to what he originally wanted to do for the Fork in the Road, which kind of died away and never came back.
Because he wanted to do his
Vietnamese
stuff, and so we're gonna do that. We're gonna do his tacos and his Vietnamese style pulled pork. I don't even know what it's called, banh mi.
Yeah, banh mi sandwiches.
See, I'm not very culinary trained, man. He's going to start doing that. We're going to do that and just simple stuff, 3 or 4 menu items. I'm going to have one of his girls, one of his servers on the truck. She's awesome.
Nice.
And it's going to be us 3 on the truck. I hope we fit in the truck, me and him. I mean, he's a big dude, so I don't know if we're going to fit in there. But we're going to totally do it. Who is definite? Jamie from Logger House 95. I'm so psyched to have her on board.
I've read good things about that place.
Yes, because she claims they have the best burger in Buffalo.
The Hindenburger?
Yes. I still have not tried it.
I haven't tried it either.
I think we're going to do that on the truck. I don't know I know we're going to do African peanut soup, I think.
That is delicious.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
It's the best stuff. It was so good. I told her we got to do that. I told her to give me a menu. I am very excited also. I have some really good chefs. Like, I am flattered they would actually think about starting on the truck. Joe Jergy from Mulberries.
Oh, wow.
Yes, he is so excited. I guess
one of Buffalo's best secret.
Yeah, he's gonna do we're gonna do meatball bombers and
nice.
Just the crazy stuff. And then who else can I say? Amelia. Noose Bomber.
Oh, okay, from the 8s.
From the 8s, from
the previous 8s, not the current 8s.
Which I am very excited because she's all vegan, and I have no idea about that whole side of the culinary world. And I think we're gonna do the vegan roast beef on weck. I hope she's gonna be able to do that. I know there's a lot of prep time in that. I don't know how it's gonna work on the truck. Yeah,
I had that when we went there maybe a month before they
How'd it taste?
Switched. It's interesting. I believe they use Sation or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And there's a familiar taste to it, but the texture is a little bit different.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you bite into it and you have a lot of familiarity, but then you
realize
if you're asking me, I mean, it's not
meat.
I mean, I'm not a vegan. I don't mind vegan cuisine every now and then, but if I had the choice between
I've never I'm so interested by it. I'm so interested by vegan.
Well, I mean, a lot of these trucks too, having these chefs on board, it might inspire you for new dishes.
That's exactly what I'm hoping for, and it's I want people to. I'm going to hit every single type of truck before they're even out there. We're going to do Vietnamese, we're going to do Italian, we're going to do vegan. I'm trying to think of who else I have on. I'm drawing blanks here.
So these are going to be like a one day or a couple of days.
We're going to do
chef.
We're going to do one day. I think one dinner service.
Okay.
Unless we have a really bad dinner service, and we have a ton of food left over, then we'll put it in 2 days. It's so hard to get these guys to.
Yeah, because they're all crazy busy.
Oh yeah, so crazy busy.
Especially dinner time.
Yep. So we're gonna do it when they have off, and hopefully they'll get back to me. I know Amelia's going on her honeymoon soon, so if she's not already on it, she's gonna work on the truck, and I can't wait. I can't wait to have all these guys on the truck. I know there are gonna be a lot more people that are gonna sign up for it. As soon as we start getting into it.
Nice. And so this is gonna be like a once a week type thing, once a week.
I think it'll be a little bit more spread out than that.
Okay.
Just because it's so hard to get all the logistics down. I know the first event's gonna be in front of Sweetness 7 on Grant.
Okay.
I know with Amelia it's gonna be at Sweetness 7 as well. I'm not sure we're gonna have it with Jamie.
That's a nice little area. I mean, that's an area of Grant that's really starting to turn around.
She's allowed us to. Precious allowed us to go inside the restaurant, or her spot. They're going to have music and stuff in there.
Nice. It seems like she's been very supportive of the food truck.
Yes, I have not met her yet. I've been going through Seamus Galvin from Good Neighborhood. He's awesome too. He's just so full of energy and so about the city of Buffalo. And that's what that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get away from my whole roots. I don't want to ever get so big that I forget like what we're all about. We're all about the city of Buffalo and bringing the food of Buffalo to the parts of the country where a lot of people have left.
Yeah. So you briefly mentioned that, and you wrote about it when we did our foodie article that you answered a couple questions about where you like to eat in the area. So yeah, kind of describe a little bit more about like the grand plan, I guess, for
the whole idea.
Buffalo.
The whole idea is definitely going to keep a truck up here in Buffalo. I mean, this is our home. So, but hopefully in 3 years we'll buy 2 more brand new trucks.
Okay.
We'll keep 1 brand new truck up here. The truck that I have now will go down with my uncle who provided me with the first loan. Mm-hmm. He'll take that. He's retiring in 2 years, so he's going to take that down to North Carolina.
North Carolina, okay.
Where ton of Buffalo people. So he's going to take that down south, and then I don't know if we're going to do. Maybe my brother be interested in going down to Florida. We're definitely going to take one. I have family down in Tampa.
Yeah, I was going to say Tampa's the.
We're going to take one down to Tampa, and hopefully I'll be sending down chicken wings down there, Salen's, Miller's, Weber's, Loganberry, everything down there. So. Just concentrate and keep the same recipes we've been using up here in Buffalo to be authentic. It won't be Buffalo chicken wings. It'll be just chicken wings. It won't be. But it's hard to like anybody that's down south, that's lived down south and knows like from down south, to convince them to eat a roast beef on weck. Like, how do you tell somebody that? With all this caraway seed and kosher salt or rock salt on top of the roll is going to taste good to them,
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll come around and there'll be a lot of Western New York support down there. And
yeah, I mean, because those are huge expats.
Right.
Like, I mean, Raleigh and Tampa Bay are like.
Right.
I mean, because I even know I have a friend who lives in Tampa Bay, and there's like a Bill's bar that they go to like every time there's a home game.
They just have clubs, like Buffalo clubs, like they just go down and hang out and stuff. And actually, one of our best friends is down in Raleigh right now, and she said there's a bunch of food trucks down there. They're all ghetto, but they make a good living and whatever. And she said our truck would rock down there, so that's what we're gonna do. Hopefully, if everything works out good, I still have to get a hold of the vendors and stuff and see if we can start shipping the stuff down there and how we're going to do it. And
but this is, I mean, a little bit further down the road.
Right, plans. Hopefully, because I don't want to get the little tiny chicken wings, I want to get the good stuff from up here and ship down, so we'll see how it goes. So,
I forgot to ask this when we were talking earlier. When you first started serving since you maybe don't have a background in serving mass groups of people food, as opposed to, like the tailgating it and family events, things like that. Was there a period where you felt like you were tweaking your menu or tweaking the items on it to like a trial and error type of thing?
Oh yeah, I mean, we started off with Wonder Bread rolls, which was a big mistake because those rolls are absolutely horrible. I'm sorry to say. I'm glad they're kind of going out of business because they're actually horrible rolls. But we switched over to Costanzo's, and I've noticed a lot better quality and stuff. What else did we do with that?
The beef on weck took a really long time.
The beef on weck was really hard to do a beef on weck. People like complain and say, "Oh, it's easier to." No, it's really hard.
Yeah.
Especially on a food truck. We don't roast our own beef right now because at my commissary we don't have a meat slicer, so I can't slice it real thin yet.
Yeah.
So I get it pre-sliced red osier beef we use, and we figured out a way to make it so it stays for a while on the truck, and it's like it's good quality stuff. The red osier, hot dogs, man. Hot dogs are hard to cook. Salen's hot dogs, you guys, people think it's just a hot dog, but the actual Salen's guy come to my truck and he's like, "This is how you got to cook it. You got to cook it at room temperature." But then you got to deal with like the health inspection. Well, you can't really have hot dog sitting out at room temperature. According to them, it should be held at 140. If you hold a hot dog at 140, it gets like all slimy and it starts to like cook in there, and you throw it on the grill and it burns. So it's really hard to figure out a hot dog. So what we do is we hold them for a little bit at room temperature, and then we'll have to throw them and rotate them back out, back and forth to keep the health inspectors, because they were trying to figure that out for me because they didn't know either. Like the one in Niagara Falls, he didn't know.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know about that. He goes, technically it should be held, but it's a smoked cured meat, or it's a cooked meat, so it should be okay. But so that's what we figured out. But a lot of the stuff like the burgers, pretty much have stayed the same recipe and stuff. I did actually tone down the hotness of them though.
Oh really?
They were spicier. We actually made them more buffalo because we were putting Frank's Red Hot sauce in them.
Oh, okay.
And we tested them on at a family party, and my mom's like, I like spicy, but this might be too spicy for everybody else. So we just cut off the Frank's Red Hot sauce out of them.
Is that basically your R&D department? Is family and
yes.
and friends?
Family and friends.
My house.
Yeah, the house.
We have parties and we make food. Like his hard charging Stampede Burger, we had like this huge blow up party at our house, and he made a bunch of them. Because that was like our main burger when we first opened, and everybody tried it, and it was awesome. And like it started off then, and we always have parties, and he'd try out his food for his truck, but while he waited to get it, and it was awesome. And everybody loved his burgers and couldn't wait for the truck to come because everybody come. Okay, where's the beer? Where's the burgers? Like that was what.
That's exactly how it was.
Yeah.
And we'd have a bunch of kids from the restaurant we used to work at.
Yeah.
Come over and like bring their friends, and they'd be all stoned kids come walk into my house, and they see like these piles of food and just go crazy, and then they tell their friends like, you gotta go over to this kid's house, man, he's got all this great food, and they couldn't wait for it to come out. And that's how we did it. And like it was just trial and error. I mean, nothing that really didn't work out on the truck too much. We did stuff hot peppers for a little while.
Yeah,
that kind of took too long to do on the truck. People waiting too long. Mostly the wait time for our stuff too is like sweet potato fries take 6 minutes just because they're fresh.
Oh
cut.
yeah, but
it's like.
But if you want it right.
Right, like I hope people understand that too. I'm not fast food. Like a lot of people are like, well, how long does it take to make this? And it's like, well, if you want it done good, it's going to take 4 or 5 minutes. I try to keep the wait. I tell people I'm not fast food, but I'm not fine dining, so you're going to be waiting in between those times. So in between, 2 minutes and when we're really really busy, between 45 minutes. But we kept our wait times
pretty good.
Yeah, lately we've been pretty decent with our stuff. I mean, that's the one thing that I learned from Lloyd guys is like they had lines and lines and people like just waiting, and people would wait, but it's like you got to get your food out, and like I don't ever let anything sit underneath the heat lamps. I yell at my cashier, I go like turn like Gordon Ramsay. Seriously, I feel so bad for her sometimes. She's my wife, but it's like I'll see like one of my burgers sitting underneath the heat lamp, and I'm like, Val, you gotta get this out the window. Get it out now because it's sitting there and it's getting bad. And she was like, I'm trying. I'm doing fries and all this stuff, but it gets crazy on the truck, man. Like
I've actually thought about asking like either you guys or Lloyd if I could sit on the truck for a day.
Absolutely. Anytime you want to come, it's crazy sometimes. Like we did the Dirty Go. Probably the worst was Dirty Go Run. We did in Emery Park.
Okay.
Where it was all the trucks were there.
Oh yeah.
Except for Roland Joe, and it was 7,500 girls, all dirty, all running through mud and stuff, all crazy drunk. A lot of them were. Like cancer survivors and stuff, or relatives, whatever. It was a great time. We had probably half an hour line, 45 line. It was
insane.
It was so hot on my truck. We only had a kid passing out. We had people were cutting sweet potato fries. One was down in front of the truck cutting sweet potato fries. Somebody was making burgers. I was on the grill. I had my sister on sandwiches. She's at the window. It was just
we had Heather outside.
Heather was outside taking orders.
I was cashing it. Yeah, it was insane.
And then Lloyd, they had a same size line, and Whole Hog was there. She had the same size line, and R&R actually ran out of food that day. It was just crazy. And then we did
that's awesome.
The Lacey Ford in Elma too. That was our first big event.
Yeah.
And,
oh really?
We actually had an elderly. It was really hot that day, and we had an elderly gentleman. Actually dropped dead next to my truck. Honest to God, dropped dead outside my truck. I was outside because I started drinking water and stuff because I was getting so dehydrated on the truck.
Jeez.
And this guy just like fell and he dropped dead in front of me. And I'm like, what is going on? This guy cannot die next to my truck. Like, people are. This is my
that's
first
the wrong
event.
publicity right there.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So luckily there was a nurse behind me, and we grabbed the guy, we put him on the grass, and I had towels that I had kept that were soaked. We kept them in the refrigerator to keep them cold for us, So I told Heather to grab some towels and stuff. She throws me some towels, and this guy's got no pulse. He's done. He's dead.
God.
So I'm ready to jump on this guy and start doing CPR. And we grab one of the towels and we throw it around his neck. And as soon as we threw the towel on him, he instantly came back to life. He opened his eyes rolled back, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy. And he's like, I'm fine. And she's like, ma'am, sir, you just died. You were dead. He's like, no, I'm fine. So he sat up and whatever, and he did actually die for those 2 minutes. And like, I don't know, I was like thinking, man, I'm gonna have to do CPR on this old man. And I feel bad because he ordered food and he never got his food, and I want to give him his money back or something. So if he ever listens, I don't know if the gentleman at the Lacey Ford car show last summer,
if you're a relative of this man,
if you're a relative of this, he's a very nice gentleman. He was very funny when he said that he could get up and dance.
Yep.
He said, I'm so good I can get up and dance, but they took him away, and I'm like, oh. And,
my God.
Another thing about that, too, was people still were, like, wanting to get food. Like, they were in my line, and they're like, we had to close down because we had to get the ambulance and stuff in there. And people were like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, this guy, is dead. I can't serve you food right now. But that was so scary. That was our first big,
well, that's a great introduction.
yeah, and it was pretty cool. I don't know.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it was really a good time. We had met a lot of cool people and stuff there.
Jeez. I guess as far as reaching out to your audience, I was gonna say like besides like being aggressive and going to different locations that kind of separated you guys at first, you're also very vocal on like Twitter and Facebook. Like you're very engaging with your fans. It seems
it's got me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I mean,
and people love it too, though. People respect it and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, is that something that you wanted to do? Like, was that a conscious decision?
Oh yeah, because before I even started my business, I was always on Facebook, and I didn't have a Twitter account, but I still don't like Twitter. I don't know why people do Twitter thing, but Facebook, I was always on Facebook, and she was yelling at me, "You're always on your phone. You're always on Facebook." So now I'm always on Facebook it's my job.
I'm working.
I'm working. I'm advertising this because it really does work. It's like,
oh yeah,
we went from just doing the whole dollar thing. We went from like we jumped like 160 likes on our Facebook page, and the more people that find out about us, because there's a lot of people that have no idea still what the food trucks are all about. No idea.
Or have like a vague idea, but actually don't know where they can find the individual ones.
Right.
Like, they know of food trucks, but they don't know where can I find out?
Exactly. Like yesterday, we had a girl that tried. I was her first food truck. She was in Williamsville, and she said,
Emily."
Yes. And she's like, "Well, the first food truck, and I'm glad I got to try yours. It's cool, It's like, even like I'm driving down like the 90 or something, I'll have people like hanging out their windows and like waving at me and like honking and stuff. And I'm like, wow,
almost causing accidents.
Yeah,
like
rock stars.
We're at the gas station, and people are like. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Checking out the trucks and stuff, and
that's great.
And I get a lot. What I get a lot too is we had actually people come up to the window and actually try to order tacos.
Oh,
and like, you're not the taco truck? No.
It happens at Roswell.
You're not the taco truck? No, we're not taco truck.
We just clearly don't even look. At the side
yeah.
Pulled pork too. We get some pulled pork people too. No,
no barbecue. No.
We might do some barbecue stuff, but yeah, it's definitely, I like being on Twitter and I like being on Facebook and stuff and talking. I like to talk to anybody that makes a comment, good or bad. I like to, because I got a couple of bad ones. I like to talk to them, to find out exactly, because it bothers me. It bothers me when somebody says something bad about my food, and it's like, well, how can I make it better for you?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's the right approach to it. You don't want to be the restaurant owner who's like, I kind of want to say, like, you have no idea what you're talking about, but like, some people don't understand like the process of what goes on in the food truck. Yeah.
I mean, there is limited space, and I'm the biggest truck out there, and there's so limited space on there, and we have such like a 36-inch flat top. You can't cook everything all at once, so it's like I can't just because you got fries, it might take long because somebody in front of you got
sweet fries and an onion ring.
Yeah, sweet fries and an onion ring.
Yeah.
I only have 4 fryers, so it's like people. I hope people really come around to it, and I hope people really understand too that the food trucks are very clean. Very well maintained. We have to be very well maintained. We get inspected more regularly than restaurants because when we do outdoor events, every time we do an outdoor event, the truck gets inspected.
Oh,
so we're right there in front of the customers and stuff, and it's always probably a 3-day supply of food. So it's always fresh food coming inside the trucks. I know all the guys take care of the trucks and stuff. So. I've heard people. Well, I'm not going to order food out of a truck.
Yeah, that's a. Horrible...
These are like commercial kitchens.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a commercial kitchen in the back of my truck. It's not, I'm not cooking in a crock pot and with like a little campfire stove or anything. But
in summertime, our doors, the back door is propped wide open. I mean, so you can take a look and check it out. I mean,
yeah,
we're not hiding anything.
So, let's say that in a week or so, you guys get your license or permit, rather. What is that going to change as far as roaming buffalo?
It's definitely going to get to another crowd.
Like, what are your goals when you get that permit?
My goals.
Late night.
Late night. Yeah, I want to hit up late. I mean, we definitely have. I hate to say this word. I hate it. Pub fare. People have been telling me I have a pub menu and like a bar menu. I hate it. But I mean,
well, pub food in Buffalo is pretty. It's a comfort food almost,
right? And like, but
so
it's
not a horrible connotation.
I want to be like.
You could. I mean, you could say
to the
gastro pub.
Yeah, gastro pub. Or, or I don't even know. Or
yeah.
But we definitely want to do a lot more late night stuff. I'm not really too much of a morning person. I don't really like getting up in the morning, and plus we're doing all our prep at night anyways. So definitely do a lot of late night stuff. I already have some people that know Allentown, some girls and stuff that know Allentown. They're gonna be my cashiers.
Nice.
There's also a young gentleman that's going to be my cashier that knows like Allentown just from hanging out and stuff.
As a Allentown resident, I would love
to
have something that I could walk to besides Jim Steakout at 2 a.m.
We'll park right in your driveway. We'll park right in front
yeah, go
here.
ahead, man.
We actually can park park right in the corner here.
Yeah.
I don't know, Elmwood is so hard. I looked again today. It's so hard to find a spot to park up there. It's like...
Yeah.
and I don't think I want to deal with that. I don't think I want to deal with the having to take the 100-foot wheel out and, finding a spot. And then when you do find a spot, I just don't want to deal with that. So
it's hard even for a car because we went to the cash farm at Thin Ice.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to find a spot for us.
Oh, God, yeah. That's a nightmare.
Car,
yeah.
Right after 5 o'clock.
And those places that are really maybe easier, like maybe around Bryant, or something like that. Like maybe there's not as many bars walking distance. Like, I mean, basically, if you're going out late at night, you want to catch that bar crowd that's walking back to their car or something like that.
Like another thing too is Children's Hospital. I know the nurses over there want us over there.
Oh, nice.
Mercy Hospital, definitely over there. Like in the CAS area and stuff. Any of the hospitals, we're getting our license for East Aurora.
Okay.
So we're gonna set up near the ice skating rink.
Nice.
Next to Riley's there. Because that's huge. I mean, that's always packed there every day. And there's the bar right there, but who wants to bring kids to the bar? So, I think we're gonna, stick down to
just trying to get out more.
Right.
Late nights.
Late night things. I definitely want to do a lot more late night crowd thing. I think we're more geared towards that than anything else. We'll do our catering stuff. We got a lot of catering events coming up. Hopefully.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's why I was shocked. I never even thought of that. Like when Lloyd came in and talked about how they do cater on the side. I didn't like catering at first. Yeah.
I love it.
She loves it. She loves like dealing with people. But I know with the other guys, they, make the food and they leave it there and they take off.
Yeah.
What I do is I come there and I do the whole service thing because I don't like somebody in charge of my food.
If somebody asking, like a 19-year-old kid, like, what is this?
What is that there? Or, not heating it up the right way. And people are like, oh, what is this? We did an event for Bishop Timon, which was awesome. And it was pretty funny, actually, because I'm a St. Francis boy. But we did an event for them. Fire Hall, we've actually been doing a lot of stuff. I'm a member at Spring Break Fire Hall, so we do a lot of Spring Break, like
nice
for the fire companies and stuff, catering them.
Nice.
They're hopefully going to make us where if there's like a big event, like a big fire or something, they're there for hours and hours.
Yeah.
Where we can come in with the truck and just serve all the firemen and stuff, give them food and whatever, and just rack up the bill, and the county or the city will pay for it.
That's cool.
Hopefully, that's cool because those guys, volunteer firemen are the best. Firemen are the best. Those guys put their lives on the line for us for nothing, man.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's so hard. Like I'm doing the volunteer fireman thing now. I'm going through training. They wanted me to take 2 weeks off, 8 to 5. It was 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. for 2 weeks. And I'm like, there's no way I can do that. So now I have to do Tuesdays and Thursdays for 6 months, I think it is, or
wow,
3 months.
3 months, yeah.
Jeez.
So, but it should be worth it.
Do you guys have any big plans for like the summer? Like I know Taste of Buffalo is has announced they're allowing food trucks. And things like that.
Taste of Buffalo, they're allowing food trucks, but we still have to get approved. So
I see.
And I was very vocal with the organizers about how I didn't like that we were getting charged more than the restaurants.
Yeah.
They said it's a space thing.
Oh, like you'd actually have your truck there instead of a tent, basically?
Right, I believe so. I would hope so, because that's the only way I could pull it off. But they said that it's a space thing, but I mean, we wouldn't need city power, we wouldn't need city water, we wouldn't need anything from them. So it's like, why would you get charged more when we're using less? So I was very vocal about that, and I don't know if I aggravated anybody. And I was told by Allentown for the art festival, the gentleman called me up and said that if they had any spots available, they'd only be 14 feet wide, and my truck is too big, and we're not going to have you there, so goodbye. And they told the same thing to Lloyd. Definitely Elmwood, I mean, as soon as the application opens up for that, and I'm definitely going to try to get into Wing Festival.
Oh, nice.
Because we're going to do the Bacon Jam wings. And,
nice.
Definitely, hopefully get into there. What else are we doing in the summertime?
Elma Town Park.
Oh yeah, there's another blood drive coming up in May.
Nice.
A lot of cool stuff. In the South Towns going on.
Canada.
Oh, Canada. Yes.
What?
Did you hear about the Canada thing?
No.
I'm trying to work out the logistics of this. We were invited by the Ontario food trucks. There's like 9 of them.
Yeah.
To do a food truck rally, wine festival on Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Wow.
So all the trucks from Buffalo would go up there.
God, that sounds like a nightmare crossing.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. I know we would have to empty out the trucks. There would be no
food.
no produce. I don't know about frozen stuff though, because how am I going to get Salem's hot dogs up there? So it's
true.
And wings. I can't find good wings. So we're working out the logistics of that and like how to claim the money coming back.
Oh yeah.
And it'd be in May whenever their holidays and their Victoria Day, whatever it is.
Okay.
It's gonna be Sunday and Monday in May. I think it's 19th and 20th, somewhere around there. So we go up there Saturday. They have a big commissary place for us. They would have bought all our stuff that we need.
Oh, okay.
We'd give them a list of all the stuff, and then we load up, get all our stuff done Saturday night, stay over in the hotel, and then work Sunday and Monday. So we're working on that. I don't know how if that's going to work out or not. Just because what happens with all this food what are we going to do with it left over? Or,
exactly.
So I don't know if that's going to work out or not. But it'd be definitely be cool and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And those guys up in Toronto and all that.
I've kind of started to try to look into their food truck scenes.
Definitely, man. They got some killer stuff over there. Blue Donkey is one of the ones that comes to mind. El Gastrique, I think is the name of the one.
Yeah.
Definitely look up. Sandwich is in Rochester.
Oh, okay.
But definitely look those guys up in Ontario. They're doing just crazy gourmet food.
Oh wow!
Like just like stuff that you'd find in fine dining restaurants here in Buffalo that they're doing, and they're not legal. They're not legal like this.
Oh,
they're more like they have to be invited by the property owner to come down and so whatever.
Jeez.
So, definitely.
Nice. Well, I guess that kind of covers it.
I'm trying to think of anything else I want to talk about. The council, city council.
Oh well.
Yeah, I don't want to talk
I guess
about
it's already
It's done
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah.
Till April.
Till April
Yeah,
13.
I guess April is when everything gets revisited.
Yeah, in 2013, which is it's absolutely ridiculous because it's the same thing that we had on the table back in June.
Yeah.
And now we just lost all the truck owners lost money.
Yeah.
During the
Just
summer.
waiting to get it.
Right. And it started with their complaining we don't pay taxes and we don't pay blah 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 blah. Then it turned into we're a safety issue to parking
Traffic.
and
Yeah.
congestion and stuff. It's like these guys didn't know what they had no clue what the
Yeah.
food trucks were all about.
I mean, the bright side of that, the whole ordeal was, I was shocked at the outpouring from the public.
Oh yeah, the publicity and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like
I mean, there's almost 5,000 signatures on
yeah.
that? I mean, that's
I think they're
In
still
a
going
week.
to. Yeah.
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 And that's that just shows how excited everyone was for the idea of food trucks.
Definitely.
I mean, at least 80% of those people probably didn't even haven't eaten at a food truck, but they're just excited about the idea about
And
it.
I hope that enthusiasm continues.
Oh yeah.
Because we'll definitely start doing. I mean, we're do some crazy stuff during the summer, like with these chefs that I have. on
Yeah,
board and
that's
stuff,
a great idea.
And
it brings out maybe another crowd that wouldn't have tried it to
Right.
begin with.
right, and like vegan people would come in to see them.
Yeah, yeah.
There are that's probably the biggest one I've gotten so far is because everybody wants to see Amelia on a truck.
Yeah.
And it's so great to I go to restaurants and stuff, and I'll introduce my stuff, and I'll start talking to the restaurant owners. Oh, yeah, I'll start talking to the restaurant owners. I just thought of another person that's in my head that that's going to do it. We'll talk to the restaurant owners. I'm like, hey, you should do a food truck.
Yeah.
Like I talked to the people from Mangoes.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, don't you need a lot of money? I'm like, not really. Isn't it? But permits and stuff aren't expensive. I'm like, this was back before we knew what it was going to be.
Yeah.
I'm like, a Jamaican truck in Buffalo, you
Yeah.
make a killing. You could sell Jamaican patties all day long to people, would be going crazy and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but Paulie from Acropolis.
Oh yes, that's right.
He is. I hope he's going to be on board with it, and I'd definitely like to hook up with him and do some stuff.
Yeah.
On the truck, that would be great to have him on board. So,
Definitely. All right. Well,
yeah, I think that's about it.
thank you guys so much for coming over.
Hey,
I
man,
really
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
us.